Hey guys, welcome back to Release the Craftin. Priscilla here with another day into the Cabinet of Curiosiprompts. That is an art challenge hosted this month, the words are really hard. The month of March by myself and Tiff at Amethyst Raven 342. It is a collaboration, it is a challenge, it is an exploration into interesting and unique words to inspire creativity. And today is day 12, and the prompt is Corvine, which is an adjective meaning crow-like, relating to ravens and crows. And you guys, I'm making tags this month, if you're just now joining me. That's what I've been doing, is making tags. Lots of tags. And I thought, because this is watercolor paper, I could maybe use it for its intended purposes. So let's see what we got. I already pre-wet some watercolors from my shiny Hydrocolor watercolor palette. And then I'm going to thoroughly wet this paper because I want lots of movement. Lots of color. I'm going to add a little bit more water. I'm working with some blues here. I am not doing anything fancy except for making a little, I don't know, galactic cluster sort of deal. And I'll tell you guys right now, I am going to be very loose with this because, as you can see, I do not have the control, but also because I am actually, I'm doing a meme. This is what I've decided to do for my tag today, is a bit of a meme, given form and life here on this tag. So I'm going to be really loose, and I'm going to try to leave some white space. It's really hard when I do galaxies. I just want to like cover the whole thing, but if I leave some white space, then it has some sort of like mystical cloud aura type of vibe that I'm like potentially working with here. And then we're going to start mixing in some darker colors into our background. A lot of this is going to get covered up, so I'm also trying not to be precious about it because I know that that's going to happen. So mostly, it's just having like a fun play while I make this sort of cloudy, spacey night. And I'm going to tell you guys the meme that I am doing because I honestly didn't know what to do for this, because my first instinct was, of course, to go with my man, Edgar, and do like, you know, a raven thing, because that's my man. So like, why wouldn't I do the raven, right? But then I was like, oh, that's so on the nose, Priscilla, like so on the nose and so predictable for what you could possibly do. So I was like, okay, try to think of something different. And if all else fails and you can't think of anything else, then, you know, come back and we'll do Edgar. But then I just like, so I started cutting out some ravens, right? I cut out some raven images. I was feeling pretty good about it all. I was like, okay, what are we going to do with these? And then I started to arrange them on the tag to just sort of get like an idea of like what it would look like. These colors are surprisingly similar. And by the time I got through it, I was like, this reminds me of something. And what it reminds me of is like one of the most notorious clothing memes of all time. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you probably do and just have never really considered that it might be a meme. Because I am doing the meme, which is 3 Wolf Moon, which is like one of the most popular like wolf shirt designs you've ever seen. It's got 3 wolves howling at a moon over like a starry, cloudy, like night sky kind of situation. And it became like memeified on the internet ages and ages ago and became like a big joke. So then people started to like replicate it with other things and other animals. I have a shirt that's like 3 possums. I have a 3 possum moon shirt because I love possums and little rodents. But like, it just sort of became one of those things where you'd see it everywhere. Like people would be doing it in their style, with their things. What color do I want? And like it just took off, right? So then like fandom started doing it, like Pokemon would be doing it. It was just everywhere. And it's because it's like not even like anything substantial or like serious. It's just like something that is a really funny bit of imagery mixed in with the fact that it's also very simplistic imagery, but it's a super popular shirt. It's really like out there. A lot of people love it. And it just, like, it really took off. And it started to show up on, like, parody things and all sorts of stuff. Because it's, you know, it's a very simple design, but it's also very, like, I don't know, easy to replicate and memeify. So that's how it got so popular and so crazy as time went on. I think this is pretty satisfactory. We got some whites in there, we got some cloudiness in there. I'm going to come back once this is dry with some black acrylic ink, which I don't know I'm telling you because I could show you, but I'm going to dry this first, so I'll be back. Okay, so we're all dry. And then I have some black acrylic ink here. This is from Liquitex. I got it at Michael's. Words and things and stuff about stuff. I'm just going to sort of frame in our sky a bit. Give it some control here. And just sort of, I don't know, randomly apply because I want to keep this loose. It's not a fancy piece, so I don't need to get fancy with it, if that makes sense. I'm going to get some water, not onto the piece itself, but over here, so we can get some movement. And again, I'm going to keep everything very loose because my wrist is very loose. I actually think, I was thinking about it while I was waiting for everything to dry and whatnot. I think I actually have a 3 Wolf Moon shirt. I would be willing to bet I have one of these shirts. They were really popular, like mid-2000s, late 90s, mid-2000s. It was like a super popular sort of thing. You'd see them at like a lot of gift shops and stuff. Oh, this dried faster than I thought, so I have a weird squiggly line up top. No worries. Also, just now realizing that the base for this is brown. This carbon black ink is true carbon because the base is brown. No worries. A brown base for a black color, though, is not very common. Usually it's like blue or like a purple color, but, you know, interesting, it is what it is. Okay, so I'm kind of okay with this shape, but I am gonna see if we can get a little more like organic shapes and not rough choppy brush straight like shapes from my hand being all crazy as I apply. And if I have to come back and darken up the edges and stuff again later, it's fine. I'm not super worried about it. But yeah, I think I have one of these wolf shirts somewhere deep in my closet. Oh, closets. Because I don't know if you guys know, my favorite animal is the wolf. I know you would think it is the octopus, but that is my favorite sea creature. They are distinctly different. Also, my favorite bird are ducks. You guys tell me. What are your favorite things? I have lots of different favorites and lots of different subcategories because I am neurodivergent. But, you know, I'm going to dry this and come back, and then maybe we'll talk about some more of my favorite animals. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I want to see, as I stick it directly into the path, if I can pick up some more of this black and work it back in here for a second layer, because it dried a lot lighter than I anticipated. I don't know why. I know that I watered it down. But that's okay. So, what are my other favorites? My favorite, marsupial would be a possum. I'm also going to classify that as my favorite rodent, because they're usually seen as such. I don't even know if possums are marsupials. And the opossum is, right? Or is it reverse? Possum and then opossum. One of them is in America, one is in Australia. One of them is a marsupial. And the other one is, a beautiful chaos gremlin who eats trash. Now I gotta go look it up, because now I feel like I just said something crazy and ignorant. With the confidence of someone who thought that they knew what they were talking about until they started speaking. Okay. So that should be pretty good. I want to see if I can maybe, I don't know, this brush is so pointy. I probably should have used a different brush. Because I want something slightly organic looking. You know, like I did it on purpose. Oh, maybe that's working. Hold on. come from the other direction. Yes, brilliant. And then you don't get weird pointy pieces. Ugh. Most of this isn't going to be visible. I have to keep reminding myself because I am making it very fussy. So now I will clean up, dry, and then we'll come back for the next part. Okay, so we have our tag. I like how it came out. I also like that because I went back over and added more of the black. I picked up more of the blue, like, sparkly bits. So that's now in the black. So now it's all shiny and metallic. I also have another paintbrush and some silver acrylic ink because I told myself this time, for once, I was not going to emboss something. I was just going to use the materials that I got to do something different. So I'm going to splatter on some stars. I don't know if this is wet enough for that. It's a fairly thick ink, so we'll find out together. Oh yeah, look at that. Perfect. I'm gonna make like some little clusters in our galaxy. Make a big old mess is what we're making, but that's fun. See if I can get some sprays in there. Yeah. I used to paint nothing but galaxies for like years. I still have some of my galaxy paintings up on my wall. Maybe when my hand gets better and I get all that sorted out, I will paint it again just for the sake of revisiting an old favorite. Could not make a bigger mess with this project if I tried. So, I'll be back. Okay, so I hit this with my heat tool, which made a bunch of the silvery bits like bubble up. That's just texture. If you don't want the texture, don't use your heat tool to heat it up, let it dry normally. And then we're gonna give this a nice inky black frame. And then, let me think. I got my crows and raven types all right here. I also have this little tiny full moon sticker in one of my sticker books, which I'm going to use too, because in the, like, traditional 3-wolf moon, the moon is big. You know, it's like a big center point with, like, big wolf heads around it. I'm going to play with perspective a little bit. Use a smaller one. Use different sizes of crows. And one raven. Because I want to. And because this is what I have. Also, I mean, I do have bigger moons in my stash, but we made such a nice background. I don't want to cover it up with a giant moon and then be like, well, what was all that for? So small moon. 3 different sizes of Corvine corvids. We're going to fussy cut this a little bit though, because I don't want the border. Oh, and for those of you who are like telling me about the little pump action scissors, yeah, I got those. They hurt my hand. So, not the solution I was hoping for. But perhaps after like I get the surgery and stuff, they'll reduce the fatigue on my hand. But for now, we're sticking with traditional original scissors. Oh, and you'll be pleased to know, I'm sure some of you already Googled it and went to the comments about it, and I'm coming back with this information late, but I was correct. An opossum and a possum are marsupials. Both of them are marsupials. Not one or the other. Both. So I was half correct. But I was right. The possum is my favorite marsupial because they are both marsupials. I think, yes. I'm going to use glue because I don't trust it. Yeah, it's stuck. I really need to go get another pin for this. I keep losing the pin for this stupid freaking glue every time. And then I have to use one of my own sewing pins, and then they're all rusty crusty. And then it was a little ball, so I gotta bend the end so it doesn't sink down in there. And it's just a big old mess. This glue is so frustrating. I want my glue back. Which is the Cosmic Shimmer acrylic glue. That is my favorite glue. Which they no longer sell here in the States. And I tried to order it from a vendor because Lori sent it to me, and then they canceled my order, so I never even got it. But it's still on their website, so I don't know what that is about. But looking for a brush pen. You know, let's do blue. Since the background is blue, we can outline them in blue. I just wanted to get rid of the white edge on my little fussy cuts. So usually I would use black, but there's no, like, law that says you can't use a different color. And you're barely going to notice it. The only thing that you'll notice is that there's no longer a white edge. These guys are so cute. This is so fun. I'm glad that I stuck with, like, my idea to not do Edgar Allan Poe, because, like, you know, like I said, that's my man, and clearly I do a whole month dedicated to him every year. So, like, he gets work on my channel. You know, I put his stuff to work. But, you know, it would be nice to give somebody else the spotlight every so often. I don't have to fall back on him every time. But also, I don't want it to be, like, the only thing I can possibly associate in my brain with crows and ravens. They do such cool stuff. They're such cool birds. I watched a video that I have not been able to find again because I wanted to share it with somebody else. But I watched a video on YouTube where this guy teaches his raven how to solve puzzles, but, like, complex puzzles. Like, you need this tool from this game to solve the the puzzle over here in this game. And, like, they're just so freaking smart because I would have laid down and died. And they were like, oh no, like, let me just hop over here and then fly back over here and then I can unlock this box. And I was like, that's phenomenal. That's where we're gonna start. Unless I want to, like, make him down here. And then make the other guys. Oh, well, maybe, yeah. Maybe that's what I want to do. It's like an Animorphs cover. I kind of love that. So, let's glue these down and see. It's a really simple tag, but, like, it just brings me joy. The meme. The furry little guys. The feathery little guys. But yeah, like, so the raven, like, goes through and he solves all these, like, really intricate puzzles that get, like, progressively more difficult. And then he remembers that, like, he had a tool from, like, the previous one that he needed, or he unlocked a tool from another one that he needs for the next thing. Like, it's just so crazy. Like, escape room to the max. Actually, I really love escape rooms, so maybe I wouldn't lay down and die. I'm actually pretty good at those. Ooh. Maybe that's what I'll do for my birthday. I did that a couple years ago with a friend from work, but for whatever reason, this year, everybody keeps asking me what I'm doing for my birthday, and then, like, giving me plans and things I could do for my birthday, and it's not, like, a monumental year. This isn't, like, a big year for me, right? Like, next year will be a big year, but, like, this year's, it's not that exciting of a year for, like, birthdays as far as they go, and I don't normally, like, host a big birthday thing, you know, like, there's no reason to believe that I would be out here doing birthdays in a big way, but everybody keeps bringing it up, so I'm like, should I do something for my birthday? And I don't know if it's just because, like, I normally don't, you know, like, I like to keep it really low-key, and, like, you know, maybe, like, go out and have, like, a breakfast or something, but, like, otherwise I don't like to make a big thing out of my birthdays. But maybe, like, this is the sign that, like, this year I need to do something big. So maybe I'll, like, see if I can rope the girls into going to, like, an escape room, because I think it'd be really funny with the girls in my office. I mean, we can do, like, an escape room and drinks or something. I don't know. Because maybe, yeah, I think that would be really fun. I love this so much. This is everything to me. My 3 crow moon Let's see, where is brown? That's not brown. If you were the brown one, you would for some reason not be within my line of sight. That's black. Okay. Try not to get frustrated because you can't see because the lighting is so poor. Because it's raining again. If you were my distress tool, that's the sanding one. Well, I guess it's going to be this one. It's not this one for sure. That one's red and alcohol ink. But I am missing one. And I'm trying not to crash out. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Just move on, Priscilla. It's fine. You have one that's kind of brown. It's distress ink and not distress oxide, but that's fine. Nothing matters. Now I'm just mad. Because I can't find the one I was looking for. I'll find it after, don't worry. Although I will say, since I've started doing this project, the walls of my desk have been closing in as I add more and more stuff that I pull from my stash to make all these different tags. And this is where I was like, oh, if you had like a theme to these tags, you wouldn't have 900 bajillion things everywhere. You would have very focused things all in one place. But it's fine. I did add another desk buddy to my desk though, because you know, what's a crowded space need except for more stuff on it. Which is this crystal, which I immediately broke on this glass mat. It is my little obsidian raven sculpture. I broke his beak, he fell. He was up here and then he fell, hit the glass mat and shattered because he's glass. Obsidian is glass. So, if you can see, it's right here. That's where I broke him. So I put him back together and then I gave him a more sturdy spot over here in the corner in the safety of the mat because I don't want to break him further. But he's now my new desk buddy. Not best buddy. That's still gloomy. But that is our tag. That is day 12. Done. Complete. Ta-da! 3 chrome moon. I love it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure that you come back tomorrow, see what we do for the next day of Curiosiprompts. Check out Tiff over at Amethyst Raven, see what she's doing for today's prompt, and check out the playlist in the description box below and see what everybody else is doing on YouTube for this collaborative challenge. And until tomorrow, guys, I will be back with another one of our hashtag Curiosiprompts for a Cabinet of Curiosiprompts. Until then, I appreciate your faces. Happy crafting and goodbye.